Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of The Magic Crystal, a Hong Kong action comedy from 1986 that stars Andy Lau, Cynthia Rothrock, and Richard Norton. It was also directed by Wong Jing, and it's one of the most purely entertaining movies in his entire filmography. An important document is to be presented as evidence in court against a triad boss, but it's stolen from the Hong Kong police. Due to the time constraints, the Special Duty Unit employs a mercenary known as the Eagle Hunter, played by Andy Lau, to retrieve it. After he succeeds, he receives a letter from his archaeologist friend who has discovered an artifact in Greece, but is being pursued by international spies. So Andy travels to provide assistance. There he meets an Interpol agent, played by Cynthia Rothrock, and they must fight off a bunch of bad guys, led by Richard Norton, who want this special artifact, the Magic Crystal, because it has boatloads of mysterious powers. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you're a fan of cheesy action movies, The Magic Crystal is pure gold. This movie is gold. The sheer stupidity of the script writing is evident very early on even. Like, for example, in the opening sequence, Andy Lau's character tricks some bad guys into opening a safe, which the characters apparently think is like a really smart moment. But in actuality, it's actually a really contrived plan that relies on futuristic technology. So, it's not as smart as the film thinks it is. And the script gets increasingly more stupid as it progresses. Now, once you get a good look at this magic crystal, you're probably going to laugh. And it definitely contributes some WTF moments, which I really won't spoil for you. Just remember, this thing has magical powers, folks. And, I'm not going to tell you what happens to spoil these surprises. All I'm going to say is that it's really hilarious. I laugh so hard every time I sit down to watch this movie. I've seen it like 3 or 4 times now. And, I watched it again the other night, and I just keep laughing. Plus, the English subtitles and the Hong Kong release are amazing. Like, at the end of the film, there's an explanation of the events in the film, and I was practically, like, rolling on the floor in laughter. It was so incomprehensibly stupid, you have to see it to believe it. And it's kind of awesome from an entertainment value standpoint. This is easily one of, like, the funniest Hong Kong movies I've ever seen. It is. And better yet, the action scenes are legitimately good. They really are. There's some hard-hitting maneuvers, some cool weapon displays. During, like, the travelogue scenes in Greece, we get a foot chase fight involving multiple characters. Cynthia Rothrock gets a spear versus baton duel with another dude, and that's a very good fight. We get a fight in a gymnasium involving Andy and a bunch of dudes. Again, very good fight. Although at times you can see the body doubles. You can identify the body doubles sometimes, and there are a few strikes that clearly miss the mark. So it's not, it's a little bit, I guess you could say rough around the edges, but for the most part, this is good quality stuff. There's a parking garage fight that ends in a neat gadget escape. Andy's character just pulls gadgets out of his rear end like the whole movie. Like, he'll be in a bad situation, just pulls out some gadget that probably doesn't even exist in real life. But he'll pull something out, every once in a while, which is kind of fun. And then we get a surprisingly lengthy apartment fight, which is really surprising, because it involves multiple characters, one of whom just becomes a badass, like from out of nowhere, which is pretty fun. And Cynthia and Richard get a good duel in the apartment scene. And then we get the finale, which is fun and has an actual rematch between Cynthia and Richard. And maybe that's one of the reasons why I enjoy this film as much as I do, because, Cynthia and Richard are not just tossed aside in extended cameo roles. They're actually in a lot of the film, and they fight multiple times, so it's a real treat. So on top of the humor, you get a satisfying amount of good quality fights. Now, some of the film was actually shot in Athens, Greece. The setting creates a neat aesthetic because everything is white and very bright with the daytime sun shining down. If someone went into this film, though, from like a professional critic standpoint, they could probably tear it apart. They could. But in terms of flaws that could actually matter in a film like this, I think Wong Jing has an acting role, kind of like a supporting role, and he's kind of annoying at times. Not overtly so, but, he's not the best actor, right? There's a little kid in this movie as well, which could spell disaster, but thankfully, he's a cute little kid, not too annoying. It's kind of cute watching him do his thing. There are a few subplots involving the little kid, but the magic crystal is also there with him. He kind of takes the magic crystal with him at times. And, as soon as you start feeling like there's a little bit of filler in the film, something really fun or stupid happens to just draw you right back in. It just draws you right back in. The Magic Crystal it's a consistently entertaining film from start to finish. I actually strongly recommend this. If you're a fan of, cheesy action comedies, it's currently available on Region A Blu-ray from Hong Kong. And I think the Blu-ray looked pretty good, the transfer. So, yeah, that's the release to get on this one. And as always, I will see you next time.